Okay, listen, friends. Miss Mary is here. Let's clean up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Friends. You guys are doing such a great job in line right now.
We start off, these are our pre-K guidelines, and we always start off with these. This is what's governed by the state, what we need to teach, and before we used to just come up with a cute activity and just make it fit somehow, but this is where we start off first. We always start off with the guideline, and just to make sure that we're teaching the kids to the rigor they need to be prepared for kindergarten. But then we match activities or things that are more than anything fun for the kids to be able to learn. We then from here just write our content objective, plan something for them to learn, and then we have an individual activity to where we can assess each kid after each lesson to know exactly if they got it or if they didn't, to know who to pull back in small groups later on. We always bring other sources as far as like year at a glance, just our scope and sequence to let us know how long to spend on a certain subject.
Uh-oh, Grayson, you forgot that thing. Oh, are you looking at that book?
One of the main differences that I noticed in planning this year versus last year is that it's very convenient to have all the teachers together. That way we can look at our M-class results, which are our testing, and see the different strengths and weaknesses we have throughout the entire grade level to help ensure that the students are ready for kindergarten next year. Also, sharing information with my pod. I'm lead teacher this year, so each Wednesday morning we meet and we get all the information, and later in that afternoon I have the opportunity to meet with my team and discuss all the information that was shared with me to make sure that our school is very cohesive and that we're all on the same page with our goals.
So there's different pods, and each pod has 4 to 5 teachers, and this really allows for us to share materials and work together to gather materials so that everything's prepared. And then also, the awesome thing about this is that we have our storage room that's right here close to us, so if we ever need anything as far as preparing materials, grabbing it all together, it's all right there.
Another great advancement that we've had coming to the Beck's school is the use of technology. We've been able to have all classrooms have a Mimeo, which has been very effective for our planning. We project our lesson plans up so that all teachers are involved and that we can all see it clearly and be a part of that process. Also, the Mimeo has served us very well with our students. It's provided some very engaging activities that we can do with them. It's given them the experience with technology. Also, the iPads in our classroom, the kids have really enjoyed all the apps that have been purchased, and they get very excited to be able to use those in the classroom, as well as the augmented reality that we've been able to introduce to them this year.
Pick 2 animals and go to the carpet.
I want to see that lion.
Pick 2.
Zoo animal. Zoo animal. Come again.
Another thing that's been very helpful is the use of implementing sentence stems with each content objective. Being a bilingual teacher on this pod, I've seen a tremendous growth in my kids' language as far as just vocabulary, academic vocabulary, not just social language, but academic vocabulary that we're teaching specifically through the guidelines and read alouds that we're doing, making sure that we're hitting what we're doing for theme throughout the correct year. Not only that, but for phonological awareness. There's so many things that we hit with these content objectives and requiring every student even with the help of the teacher, sometimes they're not able to do it independently, but just giving them that assistance, and not only that, but for the teacher to giving us a better, a better way of just planning, making sure that we're teaching the kids correctly how to say certain things.
Oh, it is pretty good. Okay, start adding flowers. You're doing good. Very nice.
Okay, at the end of a 30-minute period. At the end of the 30 minutes. Or do we use them all? So when you come to the science lab, there's a plan already in place that's created by the team, the PLC team for science. We get together, we meet, and we look at the objectives, and then we decide, based on the objectives, what the lesson will be built on. This next week will be on wind, shadows, sun, and energy, because we're doing nature all around us. So we come in together with our computers and our objectives and our materials, and we find something that every teacher can use, that they can go to some four different stations and rotate through, that has a hands-on experience, that's very tactile, that gives the kids gives a concrete understanding of what we're teaching. So we come in, we write the lesson on the lesson plan, we put all the materials listed, all the steps are in place, and that's emailed out to each teacher. So they're able to put that into their general lesson plans. So when they come in, they already have prior knowledge of what they're going to come in and do. And then we also let them know if there's any additional work beforehand, like names on papers or names on cups, that types of things, so that they're ready to go. So when the students come in, we have a story, usually a story that they read that is in general as to what the theme is about. And then we give the instructions as to what they're going to do. And then we send the children out to 4 different centers, and they spend 5 to 7 minutes in each center. Then they rotate out and do it to the next center. We've put a lot of money into buying things like measuring beakers and test tubes, all those things that those kids are going to need to know when they see it in 3rd grade. They're going to say, oh, I know what that is. That's used for measurement. And so then they already have that prior knowledge already built in to scaffold that learning. So, and then they also already know the safety requirements, how to handle materials. So that's really what we do in this center, is in the science lab, is we try to give the kids the best enriched environment they can to strengthen their knowledge of science. We want the children to walk out of this room have the sensation of touch it, taste it, feel it, wear it, and love it, because we want them to become scientists.
My time here in the district and here at Bucks, it's really been probably the easiest experience as far as planning with my teammates, and proven to be the most effective as far as having everything planned out and prepared.
Being a teacher of pre-K here in Belton for the last 10 years, I've seen a huge improvement being on one campus to the amount of activities and experiences that we could offer to the students through our various labs, by having the opportunity to grow with our peers. This has been a great learning environment, and I've really enjoyed this year.